So hello friends, I am Anubhav from Hitbullseye. I was getting a lot of queries regarding the conduct of the CUCET 2022 एग्जाम्स. स्टूडेंट्स काफी देर से परेशान हैं इस चीज में कि क्या CUCET एग्जाम होगा, उसका क्या पैटर्न होने वाला है और वो कौन कौन से कॉलेजेस के लिए एडमिशन देगा. So this webinar is especially for you if you are a class 12 student or you have passed class 12th and you are planning to go into the Delhi University. This is the breaking news. Yes, that Delhi University and JNU, that is Jawaharlal Nehru University, they have decided to accept the marks of the CUCET exam. So friends, in today's webinar, what we are going to discuss is what is the CUCET exam all about, how is it going to be helpful if you're willing to enter to Delhi University, and last but not the least, it also gives an admission to the central universities. वो कौन-कौन सी central universities हैं जिसमें आपको entry मिल सकती है, इसके बारे में हम आज discuss करेंगे. So first of all, before we start discussing what is this CUCET exam all about, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this exam is. New education policy of 2020, that is the NEP, decided that all the central universities will come together to take one exam. पहले different universities के different level पर अलग अलग एग्जाम होते थे, जिस कारण एक स्टूडेंट को मूव करना पड़ता था different locations पर. But now, due to the CUCET, all such exams will vanish and a one central exam will be taken. This exam will be taken by the NTA, that is the National Testing Agency. इस सारे कंसेप्ट के ऊपर ही CUCET का बर्थ हुआ. CUCET एग्जाम का जो प्रोसेस है, it was due to take place in 2021, but because of COVID, this idea was shunned. This year in 2022, there are many talks that this year this exam will take place. So moving ahead, आज हमारा क्या एजेंडा रहेगा CUCET एग्जाम के डिस्कशन के बारे में. सबसे पहले we will decode what CUCET exam is, the expected notifications, the eligibility criteria, exam pattern and syllabus, the preparatory books, preparation strategy, and of course the selection procedure. So number one, what is CUCET? The CUCET, or the Central University Common Entrance Test, it gives an admission into any of the 14 central universities across India. आज की डेट में ये concept it has expanded not only to the central universities but many state universities as well as private universities have also accepted to take these marks for their admission process. This exam is expected to be conducted once a year like any other entrance exam, और ये एग्जाम होगा 120 minutes यानी 2 hours का. The exam is expected to tentatively take place in the 4th week of May or latest by the 1st week of June if everything goes all right, in the sense COVID के कारण कोई new restrictions ना आए, and the result would probably take place in the mid of June. इस एग्जाम की जितनी भी काउंसलिंग सेशंस हैं, that will take place in the very beginning of July. Next part, the exam is expected to take place in 2 sections, that is section A and section B. मैं of course आपको पहले ही बता चुका हूं that this exam will be conducted by the NTA, that is the National Testing Agency. इस एग्जाम के जो 2 sections रहेंगे, उसमें section A में you will be asked the questions regarding the general aptitude, that is quantitative aptitude, verbal ability, general knowledge, and some basic questions on logical reasoning, while part B might focus on the domain knowledge. अभी तक इस चीज की कोई notification as such official नहीं आई है, but this is what is expected. Whenever I say that these things are expected, in the sense that the Tiwari committee, that was the central theme that made the NEP 2022, and that was the deciding force behind the CUCET. ये सारे के सारे recommendations उस पैनल के हैं. So that is why we are expecting. However, the last decision will be taken by the sitting vice chancellors as well as the professors who will draft the question paper of CUCET. Coming on to the fact that ये CUCET एग्जाम अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी और कौन कौन सी सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज के लिए हेल्पफुल रहेगा. So this exam will give you an entry to the central universities of Punjab, that is there in Bathinda, Kashmir, Haryana, Central University of Jammu, Jharkhand, South Bihar, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. If any of you students know कि ये सभी central universities, I told you that Central University of Punjab is in Bathinda. If any of you students know कि ये बाकी सारी की सारी सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज किस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में बिलोंग करती हैं, सो प्लीज राइट डाउन इन द कमेंट्स बिलो. आई वुड बी रियली इंट्रीग्ड बाय नोइंग दैट यू हैव सच अ गुड जनरल नॉलेज. मूविंग अहेड, why is there is such a big noise regarding the CUCET exam? Because the central universities are cost effective. ये central universities are helpful for both the kind of students, meaning that the students who are prosperous enough to pay the fees as well as those who come from a humble background. क्योंकि ये universities आपको एक अच्छी education के साथ साथ एक अच्छा placement भी guarantee करती हैं. Moving on to the next. CUCET 2022 में, since it is a government exam and it will be taken by the government agency, the reservation of the seats will be done in accordance to the Government of India norms, meaning whatever the norms that are earlier and currently they are existing, they are expected to exist even further. The CUCET candidates are advised to check the eligibility criteria before applying for the course, as different universities have different eligibility criteria for varied courses. इस लाइन को अगर मैं आपको बताना चाहूं, a very simple explanation is, for example, that you wish to enter into, let's say, BA English Honours course in some college of Delhi University. उस कॉलेज में BA English Honours, suppose if I say it's a Hindu college or St. Stephen's, उस कॉलेज में एंट्री के लिए क्या एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया होगा, वो आपको उस कॉलेज की वेबसाइट पर विजिट करके उसको वहां से देखना पड़ेगा. जबकि एनटीए का काम सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्वेश्चन पेपर बनाकर एग्जाम कंडक्ट करवाना है. Delhi University, when it says that it will accept the marks of CUCET, that means that whatever the students they get those marks, they will accept those marks into admission for their courses. Moving next, application is expected to be submitted only in the online mode, since there is a huge talk of digital India, as well as the offline mode. It takes too much of time and effort and of course money. It is expected that this time that the application will be submitted only and only in the online mode. इसके लिए जो next two requirements हैं, that is that you need to have a valid email ID and a phone number, जो आपको till the whole process same ही रखना पड़ेगा. It has been seen that many a times, not of course in CUCET, but for different other examinations, be it some engineering exam or some medical exam, बहुत बार students को ऐसा face करना पड़ता है that they change their phone numbers or they forget that what phone numbers or what email IDs they have logged in. So मेरा आपको एक यही suggestion रहेगा that whatever email ID or whatever phone number you are using, please use just one email ID and one phone number, so that आपके पास सारा का सारा डेटा accumulate करने के लिए जगह भी एक ही रहे. Moving next, just by appearing in the CUCET examination, candidates won't get admission in the specified course. Meaning, just because that you have given the CUCET exam, as in आप उस एग्जाम में बैठे, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है that you will be applicable to enter in a dedicated course in any of the university. You would need to get the minimum marks, the minimum criteria, and the cutoff for that specific college. It doesn't mean that merely sitting in the CUCET exam will guarantee your candidature for that college. Moving on to the next. The eligibility criteria for CUCET 2022 undergraduate courses. ये एग्जाम two types of students दे सकते हैं. The first type is those students who have already cleared 10 plus 12 examination, meaning the students who are probably droppers, they want to repeat the year, or probably they are in the very first year of college and they want to go in for a further and a better course. So for them, the minimum criteria is going to be 50% for general students and 45% for SC and ST category students. Those students who are currently in the 12th standard, they can also apply for CUCET, but they have to produce the passing certificate at the time of counseling. Meaning, by the time you start applying for any college in the counseling process, you need to have at least a provisional certificate or a final mark sheet from the board that you are currently appearing for. It can be the ICSE board, CBSE board, or any recognized state board all across India. Last but not the least, the applicant should be of Indian nationality. Just a second, for all the students who are currently listening to me, whatever questions you have regarding the CUCET 2022 exam, please keep on dropping those questions in the comments. That will be easier for me to get to know what all questions are you seeking answers for. Let me just start. Okay, so I've started getting questions. Yes. So Abhisht has asked me that, sir, ये Delhi University में भी admission देगा? Yes, of course. As I've said, as I've told you, Delhi University के exams के लिए ही है. And yes, for all the students who are currently preparing for the BBA exam, BBA entrance exam for Delhi University, yes, DUJAT exam will take place this year. So Siddharth, he has asked me, does school marks matter? Yes, of course. That is my humble suggestion to all the students. Yes, probably the weightage of 12th standard marks will be counted, or probably it won't. That doesn't mean that you will stop studying for your board exams. Of course, there are many colleges that might also accept your 12th standard board marks. Don't go and sit in any board exam thinking कि बस मुझे minimum 50% या 60% marks लेने हैं to give the CUCET exam. The official notifications, yes, they are expected by the mid of this February. And yes, वो आपको इस चीज के बारे में सब clear कर देंगे. So Deepak Kumar, he has asked me, where can I find the best practice material for CUCET? So Deepak, I have given the links of Hitbullseye courses in the caption below. You can visit our website. We have dedicated courses for all the CUCET exams as well as the BBA and other exams that students just give after 10 plus 2. Okay, and for the last question that I have as for now is, just a second, whether students having applied maths in class 12th can get the admission in BCom honors course in Delhi University. Yes, of course they can apply, but you need to, as I said before, you need to get the minimum marks to clear off the criteria. Moving ahead. So what is going to be the exam pattern and syllabus? I can see more questions coming. I'll keep answering all the questions. Keep on asking more questions. I wish to clear all the doubts that you students have regarding the same. So yes, this examination is going to be a multiple choice question type, meaning there's going to be an optional questions. It's not going to be a subjective one where you are supposed to write one-liner answers, or you have to write a paragraph. So a negative marking, it is expected that the negative marking is going to be of minus 0.25 if you give any wrong answer, and for every right answer you'll get 1 mark. In case you don't know the answer and you leave the question unanswered, it won't be counted in the final marks that you get, meaning that all the unanswered questions will be given awarded 0 marks. There will be no penalty for that. And last but not the least, most of the times there are questions in the engineering examinations that have multiple choice MCQs, meaning that there's a question and it might have a correct answer as option A and B, or option A, B, C, or option or all the options. In that sense, CUCET exam is going to have just one option correct, meaning that there are not going to be more than one options correct. So that will take up off a lot of stress from the students. Moving ahead, so what should be the preparation strategy for CUCET 2022 examination? Number one, early preparations for the examination is always fruitful. At this point of time, for all the students who are currently studying in 10 plus 2, in the coming months, you are going to have your board exams, and you are going to have the term 2 of your board exams, which is going to be completely different from what you had just in the December a month back. A new syllabus, and of course, as I suggest, and as I tell all my students, that you have to give your board exams with equal dedication. In that sense, you'll have to prepare for board exams, and आपका एक पूरा month उसमें निकल जाएगा. So technically speaking, you have a very less time in your hand. So don't delay your preparation further. This is only going to harm you. Don't think of it as a last moment thing कि हाँ last moment में we'll start preparing, and it is going to be very easy and it is going to be a cakewalk. It usually doesn't. The candidate should focus on individual topics for preparation rather than taking up each and every topic in the very beginning and studying in a senseless and in a logicless manner. Try picking up and try focusing on the individual topics. As I've told you before, that most probably there's going to be only section A, which contains your general aptitude. That is the one that is going to stay in the CUCET exam. So focus individually on the quantitative aptitude, which is basically your mathematics from class 6 to class 10th, meaning that even those students who haven't taken up mathematics in 11th and 12th, they might be students from humanities or from commerce without mathematics, even they can very easily answer these questions. So quantitative aptitude, mathematics from class 6 to class 10th. Then we come to the verbal ability, your basic English knowledge. Of course, nobody wants you to become an English expert overnight, but yes, your English should be at a level where you know how to understand tenses, reading comprehensions, parajumbles. Parajumbles as in rearranging the sentences in a coherent form. And the third part being logical reasoning. What is logical reasoning? Logical reasoning in a very simple language is you combine mathematics and English together to form puzzles. For example, a child is standing in north direction. He walks for 4 kilometers, takes a right. He walks for 3 kilometers and he takes a left. In which direction is he standing, and at what distance from his starting position? Meaning the direction based questions. Then there are blood relation questions, as in A is the wife of B, B is the son of C, C is the daughter of D. How are A and D related? Such kind of questions. These are just mere examples, or even some decoding and coding questions. If A is 1, B is 2, and C is 3, what do you think is going to be the number for the next place? So these are number series and alphabet series questions. So these are the basic aptitude. Apart from that, it is expected that there might be a chance that GK would also be asked. So general knowledge consists of two aspects, as in the current affairs and the static GK. So current affairs, it refers to what happened in the just past 6 months. You need to have an idea of that. And the static GK is the one that is already fixed, and that is probably not going to change in the coming time. बहुत स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसा लगता है कि स्टैटिक जीके के लिए उन्हें एक एक्स्ट्रा प्रिपरेशन की जरूरत है. वेल फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी अ यूपीएससी एग्जाम जहां पर आपको जनरल नॉलेज के लिए एक डेडिकेटेड स्टडी प्लान की जरूरत है. Hitbullseye, we have a dedicated teaching program regarding general knowledge. You can visit our website and you can see our YouTube channel. You can get a very fair idea on how to prepare static GK and how to prepare current affairs. So I have even more questions. So Prayas, he has asked me that he is a science student. Will he be eligible for this exam? Yes. All the science students, whether they are medical students or they are non-medical students, they are also eligible for taking this exam. You might be shocked to know this thing, that the non-medical students, they don't end up only in the engineering colleges. Most of the times, even colleges that teach law or BBA, they also have students from science streams. So even if you have taken science, that doesn't mean that you would be limited only to taking NEET or IIT JEE exam. So Siddharth has a question. Will CUCET become the next JEE NET? See, this is a question that only future has the answer to. It is going to happen for the very first time. There are going to be anomalies. There are going to be problems, since it is going to happen for the very first time. Uh, there are going to be some success stories and probably many, failure stories. So the future will only be decided on how the very first time this exam goes. Of course, the government and the NTA, that is the National Testing Agency, it would try to keep taking it for at least for 2 to 3 years, and then it will decide. But yes, seeing the level, seeing the magnitude that the number of universities have decided to accept this exam as an entrance, I'm expecting that in the coming time, probably in the next 5 years, this exam is going to be a huge one. Okay. So, Parisha has asked that how many questions will be there in exam. So Parisha, the final number, as in how many questions are going to be there, are going to be there in the exam, is yet to be finalized. However, we are expecting that the number is going to be somewhere around 100. Uh, of course, for a 2 hour exam, that is for 120 minutes, we are not expecting the number of questions to go beyond 100, because uh, for a 12th standard student, I think that is a minimum base. So yes, this question will be answered by, again, the notification that we are expecting by the mid of February. So Mehek has asked, what will be the exact exam pattern and the number of questions and sections? As I've said to you before, Mehek, the exam pattern that we are currently discussing is the one that has been recommended by the Tiwari committee that made the NEP 2020 draft. The final decision will, of course, be taken by the NTA as well as the vice chancellors, as the VC of honorable VC of DU has said that they will accept the marks of CUCT. So wait for some time. Mid of February, you'll get this answer. So so I have this question, sir. Is it based on respective stream syllabus of class 12? Navdeep has asked this question. Uh, See, the section B, that is what we call as the domain knowledge, it is expected that the domain knowledge will consist of the course content of whatever you have studied for the class 12th. So yes, that might play a role, but as I've said before, wait for a notification. Number two, you're already preparing. I believe you're already preparing for the board exams, and you would have already prepared, be in the preparation for that. So prepare those exams also well. In case, we should be open to all the possibilities. कि in the end, even if it so happens that section B भी अगर एग्जाम में इंक्लूड हो जाता है, तो it won't be a last minute run for you कि अब मुझे उसको भी प्रिपेयर करना है. बोर्ड एग्जाम्स देने के कारण आपकी एटलीस्ट 70 to 80% प्रिपरेशन हो जानी चाहिए उससे. Avneet has a very so Avneet has a question. This is an entrance test for all the UG courses like BBA, BA, BCom, law. Yes, not law, of course. As for law, still, different exams are there. There's CLAT, Common Law Admission Test. For all the NLUs, there's AILET, there's LSAT, there's SLAT. There are many different exams. So yes, for all those courses that have not yet taken any admission from any competition exam in that sense. Sir, will there be Vibha has asked, sir, will there be Exam of DUJAT also, even after CUSAT, yes, DUJAT exam will take place. Delhi University has cleared that. So if I believe everything goes all the COVID restrictions are not imposed and everything goes fine, in the sense that the numbers have started decreasing, so we can expect the dates to be out very soon regarding the same. Abhish has asked me, can you please tell about two sections which are there in CUSAT? Well, Abhish, I've answered this question. Two sections. Section A is going to be of general aptitude, and section B is going to be of domain knowledge. So, so Girish Mittal has asked also, additional subject maths is eligible or not? Um, I Additional subject maths is eligible or not? See, whatever mathematics that is going to be there for the CUCET, it is going to be only till 10th standard. The mathematics that probably every student prepares for in a 10th standard board exam. So you need not take any what should I say, any specific stress regarding you have to start preparing for differentials and integrals and LPP and all such questions that the students who are studying mathematics take. You have to just prepare for the basic 10 standard maths: time and work, speed, distance, time, pipe and Kirsten, volume, surface area questions, ratio, proportion, percentages, profit and loss. So yes, that is going to be there. So Prisha has also asked me, what will be the syllabus of section B, domain specific knowledge? Is there anything of it official for this? See, anything? There's nothing as of now official for it. But yes, it is expected that if there would be a domain B pattern that would be asked in the exam, it is going to have its all its content only from class 12th knowledge. Okay, and last I have question is from Shruti Kalia. It means that it is for 10 plus 2 bases and not for graduates. See, CUCET exam, it is for the first time going to happen for the undergraduates. Yes, it is also there for the PG students. That is of course an altogether a different discussion. So what we are currently discussing here is the undergraduation courses. Yes, it is also there for the PG exams also, for entrance. So that will have some different set of notifications and pattern. So yes, so currently what we are discussing is the undergrad for the undergraduate students. So yes, as I was as I was talking about the preparation strategy. So third point, analysis of strengths and weaknesses is must. Many a times whenever I come across some students that I teach, I find them doing the same topic, probably the one that they feel stronger in, again and again. Meaning that if there's a student who is probably good in doing profit and loss questions, I've realized that that kid would keep on doing profit and loss questions for the next whole week. I mean, he will keep on doing that same topic, and probably if he's not that comfortable in time and work concept, he will try to keep it till the very last day. So if you have understood, first of all, understand what are your strengths as well as your weaknesses. Number two, once you have analyzed it, start working on them. Yes, there are going to be some concepts that you are going to absolutely love, and there are going to be some sections that you would feel like avoiding, but you need to make a balance of both of them. At the end, there are maximum of around 4 or 5 of a maximum question that can be asked from a particular subject concept for a maximum. So you need to make a very good balance so as to understand both the concept, the one that you are comfortable in and the one that probably you are not comfortable with. Moving on to the next, practicing mock tests, previous year's CUCET question papers and sample papers can boost the preparation. Of course, giving mock test, you need to set a timer and then give a 2 hour exam. What that will do is it will put you in that whole zone in which you might probably be sitting in the actual CUCET exam. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है, most of the students, when they have a problem that they cannot sit for too long, meaning that after an hour or so they feel like going out or moving or that stuff. This is an exam of 120 minutes, meaning 2 hours straight. And since it is expected that the questions are going to be 100, there's going to be paucity of time. You need to be very quick, so you need to maintain your composure for complete 2 hours, and that is where practicing mock tests and sample papers will help you. Apart from that, they will also give you an idea of what kind of questions can you expect for the very first time that this exam is happening. So next, rigorous practice required due to competition. Why do I say it? For all the students who are currently in commerce or in humanities, please don't think that the CUCET exam will be limited only to probably commerce or humanities students. The science students will also be giving this exam. Many times it has been observed, and this is not something uncommon, that many students from science stream, they also pursue their dreams in probably in law, BBA, BCom, or even a simple humanities subject. So keeping that into mind, considering the fact that about 30% of non-medical students and 10% of medical students are going to give this exam, and another 10% students for who are preparing for law, and 10% students probably who might be preparing for IPMAT or BBA, who would be giving these exams. That means you have a competition of around 60% who earlier weren't giving this common exam. Apart from that, since there is going to be this common exam, earlier, if suppose there's a student who is based out of Punjab, he would have been probably be limited only to the exams, that are around him, probably in Punjab, Rajasthan, or even Haryana. But now, since it is going to be a common exam, so he will also have an option to even go out to South Bihar or to even Andhra Pradesh. That makes the competition hard. What I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not trying to scare you off. I'm trying to give you a very practical insight of what you can expect from this exam. So please, and my humble suggestion, don't put this exam to the very till the very last date. Start preparing for that. This is the optimum time. And don't feel that once the notification comes out, there's going to be an ample 4 to 5 months that would be given for preparation. It usually never happens in that sense. Whenever the notification is out, it usually gets out just a month or 1.5 months prior to the date when actual exam takes place. So start your preparations. uh, as of now, not there's no time better as of now, so you should start your preparation right now. Time management. So 120 minutes, your exam is going to be of 120 minutes. As I've told you before, there are going to be some concepts where you are going to be comfortable in. There are going to be some concepts where you are not going to be comfortable in. You have to manage your time very smartly. You are not supposed to answer each and every question. This is not an exam where you have to attempt each and every question. You have to let some of those questions go, which are put there just as a speed breaker. In the sense, there are questions that are deliberately put there just to increase your time, just to increase your calculations. So whenever you encounter any such questions, you need to skip them and you need to move on to the next. This kind of smartness comes only once you have given a lot number of sample papers and a lot number of mock tests. This is how you get to know how to manage your time in the in that zone very effectively. So I have even more questions now. Okay, so we have question from Mr. Rajiv Sharma. He's asking, do we have domain knowledge section in CUCET for BCom honors? Rajiv, as I've said before, the domain knowledge, there's a very big debate that is currently going on among the professors across the universities in India. And one of them is that there are some courses like somebody wants to study some language subject like probably Urdu, probably Hindi or Tamil or Punjabi. So the students and professors, they are asking that if a student who wishes to study probably Punjabi or Tamil or even Marathi, they wish to do a BA there, why should a student prepare for an aptitude exam for that? Or even in the sense that what kind of domain knowledge is going to be there for a student if he is going to be doing commerce ahead, like BCom ahead. So these are something that these are some questions that even we are expecting answers by mid of February, and we are also waiting because we also have a lot of queries that come up to us regularly on this questions. So Anadi has asked me, well, I am accept CUCT marks. No, I am already has the IPMAT exam. So you need to prepare for that and for admission into the five IMs that give you the IPM exam. So as of now, the IMs, they are not going to accept any CUCET marks. Is there any impact on DUJAT? See, so Jasprit has asked me that. Is there any impact on DUJAT? Well, I don't think so. Personally, I feel that this CUCET exam, it is going to be a subset of DUJAT in the sense of Section A, because it is going to ask those same questions on general aptitude, on English language, as well as general knowledge. So I don't feel it is going to have any effect on DUJAT. Probably by next year or in the coming time, if it so happens that the students who score probably equally, comparatively equal marks in DUJAT as well as the CUCET, so DUJAT might be merged with CUCET in the coming years, but as of now there's no official notification regarding the same. So Siddharth has asked me, exams will be conducted online or offline? Well, probably this is not for me to answer. The respective boards are the one that have the authority for answering this question. But still, if I'll have to comment on this, as the COVID restrictions are, slowly they are being relaxed, and I've recently read the news article that Haryana government, they'll be opening up schools, by 8th or 9th of February. So we can expect that offline exams for the board will probably take place. So Deepak has asked me, do we have negative marking for this UCT? Yes, you have. For every every wrong question that you give, you're going to lose 0.25 marks. Meaning that for every four wrong answers, you will lose 1 mark. So Kamal has, I've heard somewhere that class 12th marks will not be considered to get admission in DU. Only entrance merit will be considered as per VC. Is it true? Yes, the Vice Chancellor, as of now, he has of course agreed to this thing that they will be accepting only CUCET marks and probably no weightage to the 12th standard marks. But still, I would suggest you to wait for some time for an official notification, because I want to tell you this thing very surely after all the central universities agree to the fact that they are not going to accept 12 standard marks. Yes, of course, as of now, the honorable VC of Delhi University has agreed, but it is yet to be decided for the rest of the central universities. After CUCT, can student, Janvi has asked, after CUCT, can student without maths take admission in Delhi University? Yes. Of course, it refers to whatever course that you wish to pursue further. CUCET is just going to be a testing criteria. It is not going to check whether you are deft in 11th and 12th standard maths or not. I've told you before, the quantitative aptitude is going to be only till class 10th. Okay. Will it be a pen and paper exam? As of now, we are expecting that this exam is going to be in the online mode, but in the places that are probably not that technologically linked to the rest of India, there have been talks that there might be a pen and paper style test in those areas, but as again, I would still say that wait for some time. But yes, if you're asking for the examination centers, it will have ample amount of examination centers in every in every state. For example, if I take the case of Haryana or Punjab or even UP, every big city is going to be its center. Is BHU included in CUCET exam? As of now, BHU hasn't replied to this question, so it is yet a pending thing that is there on BHU. But as of now, if I say today, BHU is not participating in CUCET. We'll have to wait for some time whether they also participate in it or not. Harshada has asked me this question. So, sir, will NLU Delhi accept CET? No, Harshada. AILET exam, that is All India Law Entrance Test, is the one that has been that the NLU of Delhi accepts. So you'll have to give the AILET exam. Coming on to my the slide of CUCET 2022 preparatory strategy. So, know the CUCET pattern to know what kind of topics to study in advance. As more and more notifications come out, I request all my students to like this video and to subscribe to our channel so that whenever new notifications come, and we'll keep on making new videos, we'll keep on having live webinars for the same, so that you can get notified. So whenever these notifications regarding the CUCET exam come out, be very vigilant to read them so that you get to know what kind of topics will be asked in that exam. Many a times it might happen that sometimes that some topics they get added, some get subtracted. So be very vigilant before you go and give the exam. As of now, till there are no official notifications coming out, till then, keep on preparing, with full dedication. And last but not the least is create a study plan. So I have a lot number of students who study from me. They keep on asking me कि sir, मैं रात को देर रात तक जाग कर मैं पढ़ सकता हूँ, मैं सर मुझे रात को देर रात तक जाग कर पढ़ना चाहिए, या sir I get up early in the morning and I get to study really well if I get up early in the morning. Well, this is something that is very individualistic, and this is something that you have to decide. You have to make your own study plan. Please don't stay don't decide on what someone else, be it might be your friend or your senior or mentor or any teacher might be saying. Decide it for yourself. There are some students who study well in a group study. There are some students who study well when they sit alone. You decided it for yourself. Create a very dedicated study plan that you are going to finish this topic in this much amount of time. This much topic you are going to study this concept. This is the amount of time that you are going to study. This is the one that plays a major role. Don't decide the amount of time that you are going to set for any exam. Quality always trumps quantity. So even if you are studying for 2 hours and you are doing something fruitful, is much better than probably studying throughout the day for around 8 or 10 hours and getting no productivity at all. So create a very dedicated study plan for the same. So yes, moving on to the next, CUCET selection procedure. So after you have given the CUCET exam and you have cleared, you have got some good marks. So there's going to be a counseling session that is going to take place after that exam, and seat is going to be awarded on merit basis. So you can be very rest assured on this thing that there was that line in that movie of Super 30, Hrithik Roshan, ki Raja ka beta Raja nahi banega. So in that sense, it is going to be awarded on the merit basis. You score good marks, you get a good college. So counseling for CUCET happens individually at every central university for selected candidates, and candidates can have both online and offline counseling, in the sense that if there is if by that time, God willing, there's lesser restrictions on corona, you might have to visit that university for physical counseling, for you'll have to be physically present there. Or it might also be the case that since central universities all across the India, they are participating in that, and probably you might not be able to physically go into every university, so an online counseling might also take place, whereas a student sitting in probably Pune or Nashik, he might be applying to the Central University of Punjab in Bathinda. So yes, that is the both sense, in both of the sense. So yes, I'm with this slide. I'm just going to conclude this whole webinar. So whatever have I said in the past uh, hour or so is that the mode of exam as of now, it is expected to be offline, since there are many places that are currently not technologically linked, but you can expect that also to change into online mode. So the medium of exam is of course going to be English. The duration of exam is going to be 120 minutes, that is 2 hours. So the type of questions is going to be, it is going to be an objective exam, multiple choice questions, negative marking, of course, yes, minus 0.25 for every wrong answer and plus 1 for every right answer, 0 for unanswered questions. So reading that same section, so two sections, part A and part B. Section A will have general aptitude, English and reasoning, and section B is going to focus on the domain knowledge, and as I've said before, it is yet to be decided whether this section will be included or not. So before I wrap up this webinar, so I'm just going to look for some more questions that are there. So so Girish has asked me, that means DUJAT is cancelled from now. No, Girish, you have to give the DUJAT exam as for this year. So can someone from outside India apply for CUCET? Okay, no, of course not. You need to be an Indian national. Uh, Sir, is BLAT cancelled? BHU will come under CUCET. Well, Paridhi, as I've told you, as of now, BHU hasn't replied to whether they will be taking the CUCET exam or not. So, as of now, their current status is that they will not. Probably it might change in the coming, by the end of February or not. But as of now, they have decided that they are not going to take the CUCET exam. Is JNU included in CUCET? Yes, Jawaharlal Nehru University, they have agreed that they will take the marks from CUCET. So well, students, that was all about our webinar. Uh, if you need more questions, you want your questions to be answered and you have more queries, you can contact in the caption that we have written below. We have put our email id, website, and we have our toll free number. You can contact on that anytime. We are there to help you and answer that. Besides that, Hitbullseye, we are a name of coaching thousands of students every year to move into their respective dream to fulfill, to become a lawyer or to be in IM. And you can trust us on CUCET as well. You can like and subscribe to our channel also. So we keep on bringing out more and more videos regarding new notifications as soon as they come out. And before I leave, I have a special offer for all of those my friends who are currently watching. So there's this special offer till 12 p.m. tomorrow. That is kal dopeher 12 baje tak. The offer is that all the students who wish to study for CUCET exam, they will get 20% off. Yes, this special offer is going to be there till 2nd February 12 p.m. कल दोपहर 12 बजे तक. आप जो भी स्टूडेंट हमारी वेबसाइट पे विजिट करता है and they wish to go ahead with the CUCET exam preparation, will give them a 20% direct off. So friends, that was all from Hitbullseye. I'm Anubhav Nanda signing off. I'll keep on bringing more and more videos, more and more notifications as more and more notifications come out. You can keep sending us your queries. You can keep dropping up your questions in the comments. We keep reading all those comments, and I'll try to cover all of them in my next live webinar next time. So till then, stay tuned. Keep watching Hitbullseye. Goodbye.